Welcome back for part 2 of What If Maul Never Killed Satine. Thank you for your support on part 1 of this What If. If you haven't seen the first part, I recommend you watch that first before watching this video. The link will be in the description below. Anakin looked up from the fading hologram of Palpatine, and the others convinced him to look for anything suspicious in Palpatine's office. Obi-Wan could sense Anakin's conflict, and goes to join him in his speeder to the Chancellor's office. Upon their arrival, the Chancellor is surprised to see Obi-Wan, and they discuss what had happened on Mandalore. Sidious did not mind the capture of Maul, as he could retake Mandalore later, but the loyalty of the clones disturbed him. Showing his gratitude for their report, Palpatine noticed that Obi-Wan had not sat during their meeting, instead choosing to look at the decorations in his office, but the Sith Lord dismissed this as mere curiosity. Afterwards, Palpatine expressed his concerns to Dooku. The Sith apprentice assures that when Order 66 was initiated, the clones would not be able to resist, no matter how attached they were to the Jedi. For Sidious, assurances were not enough, and he orders Dooku for definitive proof that their plan would not fail. Dooku contacted the Kaminoans, and like himself, they can assure him that the chips would work, unless forcibly removed. With the Sith plan working, and the former Jedi only having suspicions, they can only wait for Sith activity. Soon, however, they become very busy. Padme had to leave for Rush Clovis and Scipio, making Anakin furious, but this was quickly overshadowed by the escape of Maul, and now Satine and Mandalore were in mortal danger. Yet again, the trio of former Jedi are forced to head to Mandalore, and the peace they had left behind had been replaced by chaos. Going straight for the Sundari prison, Satine is not in a good state, and Anakin can see Obi-Wan with the fire in his eyes that he had never seen before. Obi-Wan led them to the battle outside, but this time, without the clones, the Super Commandos appeared to be a tougher task, but not for the bearded Jedi Master. Obi-Wan was combining his mastery for Sorisu with the Form 4 taught by Qui-Gon, and he soon came face to face with Maul. This time, Obi-Wan would not allow for Maul to escape. Lunging towards him before a word could be uttered, Obi-Wan was not fazed by Maul's power, and sliced him vertically with his blade. Obi-Wan looked at Maul fading into the air with great contempt, and Anakin could sense an aura around Obi-Wan. Calming his master, Obi-Wan dropped to the ground in shame. He had inexplicably given in to his anger, and had touched the dark side. Ahsoka and Anakin helped the shocked Obi-Wan to his feet, and at last, the neutral Mandalore could rest. Choosing to keep Satine with Obi-Wan for now, Anakin is surprised to receive a coded message. He allowed it access in the repaired throne room, and it is from Grandmaster Yoda. The weary Yoda brings news of Senator Amidala being in the hands of Count Dooku, and with the Jedi Council temporarily occupied, Yoda asks the former Jedi for their help. Anakin regretted not going to protect Padme, and he knew he should have trusted his instincts about the shady Clovis. Like Obi-Wan, Anakin's rage bubbles to the surface, and they go back to Coruscant to look for any clues. Searching Padme's apartment, R2-D2 activates a holoprojector, and it sees Padme asking for help in a cell. The trusty droid traces the signal, and it was from Padme's home planet of Naboo. They waste no time in going there, and on the way, relay Padme's location back to the Jedi Council. Going to the Theed Royal Palace, they navigate the web of rooms, and enter the largest one. Using their lightsabers to illuminate the area, Count Dooku was at the end of the room, and in front of him was a bound Senator Amidala. Anakin rushed in, but he was obstructed by 4 Magna Guards. Ahsoka and Obi-Wan dismembered the bodyguards, and looking for Dooku, he had disappeared with Anakin. Suddenly, Anakin sprinted in from a previously hidden entrance, and ordered them to run. Carrying Padme, they all dramatically leap out of the room, and Anakin shut the doors with the Force just before the room exploded. A short while later, they open their eyes and expect to see Dooku. Instead, it was Yoda and Mace Windu. The Jedi had received their signal and had arrived shortly after them. Struggling to their feet, Padme is taken into care by several clone medics, and their former Jedi are patched up. Trying to leave the planet, they hear the clattering of battle droids growing louder and louder. Turning to the walls of noise, it is headed in their direction, and on one side it was Count Dooku, and on the other it was General Grievous. The Jedi were surrounded. That is it for part 2 of What If Maul Never Killed Satine. If you would like to see a part 3 soon, please like this video, turn on your notification bell, and subscribe for more what ifs. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.